Michael the Mechanical here. It's been one hell of a month. I've been working recently. I've now finally overcome recently my record for how much I've been able to save up in a month, or actually save up and having my hand money that I can say, hey, I've got this much money. So I've finally overcome it, and now I'm just climbing at the moment. But I might be about to go backwards on that, and that's gonna suck. So I'm gonna get some professional advice on it with regards to a car issue yet again. Yeah, clap clap. No free hands available to do that. Because my car has a bit of an issue. It's making noises, and it only makes noises in every gear going forwards except for fourth. Fourth actually locks the whole top shaft up, apparently. Then every other gear comes off the cluster shaft, meaning the cluster shaft is got some bad bearings and something might be going wrong there. And it only makes noise under load. So it's kind of concerning, that gearbox. So I today have ordered one part that I know I'll need that will prevent doing major damage if I rebuild the gearboxes, or one of them at least. I'm only buying one because I'm on a tight budget. I've tightened my budget so hard that it's just insane whether I can do this or not, or anything. So I'm going to avoid touching what I've saved up, which is hard. Also, other news, the Tata is now gone. It was sold. It's gone to a wrecking yard. So if people want parts, it's got good rear brakes on it. The front ones are no good. The rotors might be okay though, don't know. The engine has good compression, but I'm worried about that head gasket. I don't know if it's any good or not. So if you go to the U-Pullet wrecking yard in Elizabeth, you can go get parts off of it probably now until, the end of the month or something. I got rid of it within the last 7 days. The gearbox, I think, has a brand new clutch in it, from what I've been told. It has a brand new starter motor in it too. The gearbox had to be rebuilt because something fell apart in the inside and they couldn't drive the thing anymore. I don't know what happened, but they had to pull it out and rebuild it and then put it back in, sort of thing. And the turbo is no good on that car. So, yeah, turbo, no go. That's exactly the thing that was the reason I got rid of it. Got told turbos are unreliable. Oh, and they're expensive too. You got $1,400 just for the core. Plus, there is interest to pay on top of that for any more repairs and stuff. I feel like this video has already gone for like 10, 15 minutes. And it's only been 3 minutes. So, I might end up upgrading the transmission of my gearbox because of the gearbox noise I'm getting. Part number 2502A008 is a sump pan, because the old gearboxes are prone to this thing called flex. So under load and with heavier engines, stronger engines, the whole gearbox can start twisting, and that can cause a lot of problems, including damaging internal components of the gearbox and wearing them out quicker. I'm not sure if that's got anything to do with it, but just a small amount of movement at those speeds, at rotations per second, minute, whatever, under load, can do a lot of damage. So it's kind of one of those preventative repair or maintenance things, if you can use it. There's a whole bunch of strengthening stuff that I'm considering doing if I build a gearbox, but I don't know what I can do, and I don't know what I can't do, and what I can get and what I can't get, and how I'm going to improve things besides replacing the input shaft, which is no good. It's cactus. Like, all of the input shafts are always cactus. They always wear out. It's only done 100,000, but for some of its life on that 100,000 kilometer trip, it's been through hell. So internally, that gearbox has seen a lot of hell, in the sense of side load on the input shaft in the first place, and that could have done damage to the main bearing or other parts. it's had metal going through it or spitting out metal. I don't know why, but that might have been from the dowel misalignment, which offset the input shaft, which then transferred load internally into other parts. It has second-hand parts from another gearbox, housing and stuff, and so on and so forth. So I want to go and start moving along with this. The gearbox is probably going to get rebuilt. I'm going to get some professional advice on it, because the professional's not going to rebuild it. He says, "No, I'm not rebuilding manuals, but I'll check it out for you and see what opinion I can give you of it." Because yeah, I'm in the area, which is going to be cool, and he is too, and so on and so forth. So when I said it's been a hectic month, 4th of the 10th, 2021 is a bit of a really bad, sad day, especially at 5 o'clock in the morning. Didn't know until about 8 in the morning officially that my grandfather passed away. For about 1 month and 1 week, he had been suffering with spinal cancer problems, which he didn't know he had until the last month and a week that he had spinal cancer. But he didn't even know, because no one told him. Everyone else knew, but they didn't want to upset him or frighten him or anything. And it's affected other people differently to me. It's affected me in its own way as well. So, yeah. His birthday would have been on the 26th, which is 22 days after he died, after he passed on. You know, I got a picture of me and my pop right here. That's him. And it was really sad to, lose him so suddenly. They sold the farm up a year ago. Probably less than a year ago. And then basically a year later, after selling up the farm, it was over. It was finished. He passed on. And my nana, who is now widowed, and the wife, my pop, Harry, she's still alive, but she's very sad at the moment. So my pop would have been 91 if he got it to his birthday. My nana is 85. So it has not been a great time. It's been one... It's like as if things seem to sort of get worse every year. Something really bad happens. So I don't really know if that's how things are going to go forever, or how really to do it. All you can do is try to avoid letting the pain affect you and things, touching you and stopping you from doing stuff. But yeah, got some footage from up the farm too, which we found, which is pretty cool. Where there's a little bit of talk about the ZL Fairlane at the moment as well. I'm in a bit of a community talking to people. I've got one contact which gonna be in touch with soon, or sooner or later, about their ZL. And theirs is running. Theirs is good. They're not selling it though. What they're doing is they're gonna sort of take me on a bit of a ride in it and get an idea of what I think and feel of the car, and sort of take it from there essentially. So the way I see it is, if you have no passion, you don't care about those sort of vehicles anymore, then it's one of those things where it's, time to just let it go. As much as I would love to fix it and drive it, the ZL is just a car. Sure, it's special and it holds some special memories, but it is, only a car. Natural disasters happen and people will lose their prized possessions all the time, and then they go from being worth something to worth nothing. The difference between me, sticking it out with the car and me not sticking it out is if I decide not to, there's some valuable things that I could offer the community with the ZL stuff that might help them. Maybe not. I don't know. If there was ever a time when they wanted to do something or wanted something that the ZL could offer them, or that they want to fix that they can't fix. For example, if I wanted to go and get something remanufactured, I do know all of those sort of little secrets about what I can do and where I can go and how to track down someone who can do that sort of stuff. And it's not easy stuff to go and be like, hey, I want to get some acrylic printed. I know my dad, for one, is someone who, if he really, really wanted to, he could build the machine in which to reprint those lenses on the rear of that car. He could remake the die cast mold so you could put your lampshade in and do whatever you want. But we have 3D printers for some of that stuff now. I don't think 3D printers can do the same thing with acrylic and clear plastics. You still have to do dyes because you can sand them, but the effort and the waste in trying to do that with acrylics is just, you're never going to get a good finish at the end of the day. You got to have one thing that takes you hours and hours to do, and then you can reproduce the one part in a matter of seconds or minutes, and it would save you time on all those other parts you'd be making. But the devices themselves are expensive, is the part of the problem. And you don't necessarily need to buy plastic. You can and put it through a special machine. You can just probably get a plane of acrylic and then just heat it and into a mold, and then have the mold collapse to an extent of which you want the thickness to be once it melts or whatever, and pull it out, and then you have your plastic cover, I guess. But yeah, ZL Books out because of they had some car issues. Their car is so underpowered. Come on, a slight hill, right? You're not on a flat. You're on a slight hill, very slight hill. You put your foot flat to the floor and it's only doing 17 kilometers an hour. There's something wrong with that car. My car can still do 110 on a slight hill. Heck, mine can do about 110 on a hill like this. It's when the incline starts getting higher and higher that my car starts to struggle and have less guts. But we also worry about the gearbox issues, so yeah, got a lot of work ahead of me. I'll see what I can do and pull off, but I'll try to post this tonight and let you guys be filled in about this. Take care, everyone. Michael the Mechanical out.